Good evening, everyone. I'm Shalini Diwan, founder of Lucido Care, and it's a pleasure to have a collaboration between Panachkala and Lucido Care. And it's immense pleasure to host Panachkala and the founders of Panachkala, that's Shampa Moitra and Vandana Bakshi. So, welcome to the show, girls.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for inviting us.
And it's really nice because we all Panachkala and Lucido resonate on the same level because we all believe in natural products, pure honesty, and that is why we have collaborated. So that's the best thing when your ideas are the same and your mindset is the same. It vibes really well. So, girls, it's a pleasure having both of you. And I would like the host to, I would like all the viewers to know more about Panachkala. So let's begin with it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Okay. So now the two of you have come together. So starting a designer label. I mean, how did it come up to you?
So this happened we came across these set of weavers from Bhagalpur, Bihar district, and
Mm-hmm.
they were struggling for their livelihood before the normalization of COVID, which is not yet done, to be very honest. During
Mm-hmm.
COVID, they were struggling so badly to earn their normal bread and butter also. So they were bartering their expensive weaves and all. So we started buying products for personal use initially, but then Shampa gave it a thought that Vandana, this won't be, sustainable for them. If we will buy, some of our family and friends will buy, so we need to come up with a proper revenue model for them.
Okay.
So Shampa being an artist and I being a trainer, none of us were from this particular background, to be very honest. But we brainstormed and we thought, yes, we can do something on those lines. So Shampa basically suggested, we can do this. So when she proposed this thought, it clicked me immediately, and I said yes to it. And Shalini, very few people know that when we started this venture of ours, before that, me and Shampa never met in person. So we
Wow.
started our business as a joint venture kind of a thing in partnership without even meeting each other personally, because this concept and this cause was so strong enough to give us that kick to start it before even meeting. So this is
Wow.
how the designer label concept came to our mind to give the normal looking handloom yet heritage weave a very designer and yet catchy feel, so that it can be adapted by many around us, including people like you and me, those who are not very sari person, to make it so enchanting so that we will also wish to grab one for ourselves.
Definitely, because when I wore a Panachkala sari, Desire, right? It was
Yeah.
Right.
like mesmerizing. It looked so heavenly. It looked so beautiful because the weaves and the color combinations were done so well. That's exactly what is to bring the right, beautiful products to the right people. And they getting them know that there is so much of that already available. It's just that we have to just get it out of that small villages to the urban areas, which you guys are doing great.
Thank
So now tell me, you have a very unique name. So what is the story behind, because you are using a Hindi and an English both English name.
So, Shalini, when we saw the products of the weavers, they were no less than pieces of art,
Mm-hmm.
and beautiful so. And if you look at our country, the cultural heritage in itself doesn't only restrict itself to the music and dance and painting and art, but
Mm-hmm.
the weaves in different states are so unique, and
Yes.
they actually symbolize, they take it takes generations to learn this and continue,
Mm-hmm.
and thankfully uh, the different states of India are still continuing with the traditional weaves, and we wanted to bring this art of India which is nowadays kind of dying. Not many are actually, valuing these handlooms. We wanted
Mm-hmm.
to take it up to a different level, to, showcase it in a very different way, which would come across as very stylish and, very unique style statement for the modern era woman. And like you were
Definitely.
talking about Desire, it's a handloom sari, yet
Mm-hmm.
very elegant, very stylish, and if I may say so, very sexy as well. So the idea was to make a, marriage of humble art of India with, very strong style statement, very flamboyant
Yes.
style statement. So panache stands for that flamboyance, that, unique and very stylish way of, presenting oneself. And kala is the art of our weavers that
Arthur.
we are representing. So that's how panache kala.
Beautiful name, and so much of thought goes behind each name, because I feel, whatever you're thinking goes behind the name that you choose. Like Panache Kala, you explained it, or if I may say Lucido, because I wanted my products are splendid. They're beautiful. So that is how Lucido means splendid. So, a thought of whatever you resonate with yourself, it goes into the label. And if it connects, then, the label really goes good.
I
Amazing. And
agree.
I must say, I'm wearing this beautiful panache color scarf. Viewers, you may see how beautiful the colors are. And it's so pretty. And thank you so much for, you know, giving me an opportunity to wear this scarf. It's so beautiful.
Always
So, guys,
welcome. You're
Pleasure.
looking absolutely gorgeous as always.
thank you so much. So, now, what all do you have in your range? What is your whole range about? And where do you procure it from?
So we kept our range, after doing a good brainstorming. And we have a, tagline which we use very often. We have a study for every Nari at Panashkala, whether it is on the basis of looks or affordability or fabric or weave. So we have our range starting from premium cotton linen saris, then we have
Okay.
premium lilins. So lilins again we have a different thread count. So
Okay.
their touch, feel, texture, and the look is altogether different. So we have different variants of linen as well. Then we have
Okay.
a lot of variety of silk, because many of you must be aware that Bhagalpur, Bihar is the silk city of India.
Okay.
They originate a lot of beautiful silk weaves. So Gicha
Mhm.
silk, which can be, easily recalled as raw silk in layman terms, but the
Okay.
technical name
Okay.
is Gicha silk. So it gives you a touch and feel and look of raw silk. It's a
Mm-hmm.
beautiful silk, not very heavy, it's light in weight. The texture is of raw silk, but the touch and feel is very great. Then they have tussar silk, then they have silk dupion, then they have
Okay.
monga silk, they have monga tussar. We have
Okay.
huge variety of silk. We have a beautiful silk which we were also not aware of. That's called Noel silk. That's again a very beautiful weave, gorgeous sari, very lightweighted. So these are some silk variants. Then we have properly, originally and very authentic hand spun desi tussar saris. Shalini,
Okay.
I really wanted to mention this point because desi tussar saris are not easily available. There are
Okay.
handful weavers, those who are alive in today's time, those who have this talent of weaving desi tussar sari, and it takes around
Wow.
3 to 4 weeks to weave one sari. It's an
Okay.
absolute gorgeous sari, and you can, keep it for generations to generation. It is such a beauty. And this is so sad that we are more inclined towards artificial things and synthetic and, man-made stuff so much. And we don't mind paying 10 times the amount, but we do mind
Exactly.
paying for these beautiful weaves, which are the cultural heritage of our country. And we don't procure these things from them. slowly, gradually, these weavers are, uh, no more in existence. Some of them passed away. New generation is not willing to learn this technique because they know they cannot earn out of it. So this is a very sad, sad state as of now. But we are just trying our level best to bring these things in a very newer form, so that it becomes more appealing to the upcoming generation, new generation, so that they, understand the real value of this. So as of now, we have the complete range starting from cotton linen, variants of linen. Then we have tissue linen. That's again a very beautiful sari one must have in their closet. Then we have a very large variety of silk. We have
Okay.
the similarities of fabric in the dress materials also, in
Okay.
dupattas, and we have these beautiful pure silk scarves as well. And a lot of things are customized by Shampas. We hand paint the stuff according to the need of the client also. And as of now, we are procuring our products from the Bhagalpur weavers, district Bihar.
Okay. So no, how right you were, Vandana, when you say, because as you said, I know about raw silk, I know about tussar, but you said desi tussar, which I've never heard of. So this is so important to educate people about silks. As you said, monga silk. There's so many varieties of silk. We just know, a few silk, to name it on our fingertips, and that's all about it. So it's very important that with this, you guys are trying to even educate people about different fabrics that are there, or the variety, in silk, how many varieties are there, and what silk actually is, gets its name, and how they weave it out. This is totally amazing. And you're right about saying that polyester and artificial fabrics are coming, and people are paying for that. So,
Absolutely. They
we
want
have to we
Georgette.
have to come forward. Yes.
They don't mind paying 20,000 for a Georgette and chiffon sari, whereas we are giving silk even less than, it's not, you can buy more than two saris in one sari which you are paying for an artificial fabric out there, but still people don't understand it. For them
Yes.
silk means kanjivaram, और
Bus. That's
ऐसा नहीं
exactly
है.
the coming to me.
4,000 5,000 में भी silk का साड़ी आता है. It's just that you should know the right place to buy it from.
Buy it.
So I will say Panashkala is the spot.
No, this
You
is
can reach
amazing.
out to us.
And I'm so happy to collaborate with you guys, because it is where you're working, you're putting in so much of effort, and it feels good when people come forward with such a positive mindset, and thinking about beyond themselves to help out people who actually need to be showcased. The stuff needs to be showcased. I think we'll all come together and make Panashkala a big, take it more forward with us.
Thank you so much.
Definitely, it's beautiful. Actually, so do you plan, now that you're in Bhagalpur, that you're working with the weavers, do you plan to move across to more weavers across the country?
Yes, very much actually. We do
Mm-hmm.
have plans, but we want to take baby steps as of now. So when we started off, it was a few Bhagalpur weavers who were suffering, struggling for their existence, and they reached out, and we got to know about them. We started helping them. So as right now, we have been supporting them for months now, and
Okay.
we have been fortunately able to create a lot of job opportunities for them, a lot of work
Wow.
opportunities for them, and we have ourselves been able to explore and understand the Bhagalpur weaves. So
Wow.
gradually, for the in the coming months and the years ahead, we would gradually, slowly, expand around the different states which we have and in mind, and yes, that which all that would be secret. Will gradually come up with the details,
Yes,
but yes, that is there.
definitely.
We
That is
want to
what the
support the
viewers will
weavers
look
of
forward
India.
for, the details. Yes. They will
Sure,
look forward for
definitely.
all the details.
But
And
yes,
my support
we
is there with you
actually
guys whenever you want it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We want to support the genuine weavers. So
Hmm.
that's one criteria we are very particular on, and we
Hmm.
do not just we don't want to compromise on that one ground, because we have started with a cause, and the cause is going to stay with us, and that's the reason we are in no rush. We want to support genuine people while we want to grow the level, definitely. As we both are entrepreneurs in our personal level as well, and that bit is there, but the primary and core value here is supporting the weavers, which we want to take up the bigger the better kind of way. But
Yes.
we are taking baby steps because we want to support the genuine weavers in this case.
And the best thing I liked about, when I had always had a conversation with you, both of you, that you are not retailers. You are procuring right from the weavers and you are supporting them directly. So you are not somebody who's there in between and, doing it. So that is the best thing. That actually brings out the whole essence of, the cause. And that is where, you stand out. So now that,
That's
you're
how
doing
we have
this.
been able to support them in the genuine way also. So we
Mhm.
don't haggle with them, we don't bargain with the price they are quoting us, we don't keep them waiting for the money to reach them. We pay them in advance. So the cause is important here, that's why they are very important here, and
So,
the
and that is
respect
why
that
I
they
think
are
the trust
getting.
level, yes,
Hmm,
the trust level is built between you and the weavers, and
right.
it spreads across, and they feel good about it, they feel happy about it. There's somebody who's actually genuine and somebody who actually means and wants to do it. It's not just, that they are it's a fancy which just comes and goes. So that is where, the trust is there. And that is why I think, they're doing so good job for you, because
I
seeing
just
any saree that I did from you was
just wanted to
amazing.
add one line over here that we'll not be able to share the exact words, but the kind of words they used to, pay their gratitude to us bring tears in our eyes. And they
I'm
do it
sure.
on daily basis, trust me. So that is the kind of satisfaction we were aiming at. That apart
Exactly.
from,
Those blessings and that goodwill, I think, goes a very long way in our personal lives also.
absolutely.
Definitely. So, with all this that you're doing now, we have so many designer labels. So now Panache Kala has a USP. So, what is your USP?
Our USP is, to be very honest, we believe in end-to-end support. It's not just that you buy from us, you pay, and we dispatch and we are done. No.
Okay.
We keep on tracking the product after dispatching because 90% of our products are dispatched from our weaving unit in Bhagalpur.
Okay.
There are a few products which we keep here for, exhibitions or, customers, those who wanted to come and visit to have a touch and feel. There are few people still in today's time, those who don't mind to, touch and feel the product and they place the order. We receive orders globally. So we are shipping all over the world. We have clients in US, UK, Dubai, Singapore and all. So they don't believe in touch and feel. They understand the fabric. They have a trust in our brand and in us. But there are few people, and we totally respect that also. For them, we have
Mm-hmm.
kept some samples and some stuff ready here. So we just show it to them. If they agrees to buy and they do the payments, so we just share the tracking detail with them, and
Okay.
work is not done there. Me and Champa, we keep on checking the products whether it is delivered to them or not. Then we
Mm-hmm.
wait for the feedback from them, whether they are satisfied or not, whether the product is up to the mark, they are happy with the quality of the fabric, they are happy with the color. See, it's a handloom product, so it won't be perfect. So the irregularities are the actual beauty of handloom. This should be understood by the people. A lot of people do
Absolutely.
understand, those who have knowledge around the same, but those who don't used to reach out to us कि इसमें थोड़ा सा ऐसा धागा है या इसमें थोड़ा वैसा है. तो initially when we started this venture in July, We exchanged also for them initially because to make them understand कि वो fabric ही वैसा है, हैंडलूम है वो, मशीन मेड प्रोडक्ट नहीं है, हैंडमेड
बिल्कुल.
फैब्रिक है, हैंड डाई हुआ है. If you want 10 yellow color sarees from me, all the 10 will have slightest of
Different
difference.
hue. Yes.
It will not be 100% the same. So same as
Yes.
with the weaving pattern and the textures. So slowly, gradually, they understood that. So we used to support them, we used to educate them, we helped them out on selecting the fabric, the weaves
Mm-hmm.
as per their budget and all. So apart from having a unique concept of that we are genuinely supporting the weaver and removing the wholesalers and retailers from between and giving the right
Mm-hmm.
amount of respect and profit to the weavers. At the same time, we are taking really good care of our customer support thing, which is making us very different from the other brands where you have to keep on calling them at their customer care numbers to understand the things or do that stuff.
Yes.
So this is a hassle-free, transaction with us in understanding, and we happily, serve them. There are a lot of scenarios where we encounter people, those who will ask us to share hundreds of photographs, and
Mm-hmm.
regularly, repetitively,
Mm-hmm.
same people will reach out to us. They will ask us to WhatsApp or message them, but we happily cater them also. Whether they buy or not, it's okay. The
Mm-hmm.
other concept is being materialized here, that we are educating them. Maybe someday later they will
Yes.
understand the benefit of and importance of this weave. If not from us,
Absolutely.
they might buy it from somebody else that will help some other weaver. So
And maybe,
indirectly, we'll
and
be
yes,
contributing
they
to the
have the knowledge
society.
of it. Yes.
Absolutely.
And I
That
will definitely agree with you that, perfection is boring, imperfection is beautiful. I mean, I always
absolutely.
believe in it. Yes.
I
So,
would
Shanta
also
wants
want to
to add
add
something.
here, besides, educating them and definitely, the customer centric approach that we have always followed, our authenticity is another USP, we strongly vouch for, because we never, we would never sell or show a product which, which is inferior quality one, or we would not sell cotton linen, saying this is linen, or a semi silk by the name of silk. So when we are selling you a 4000 4000 range semi tassar, we won't call it a tassar
call
sari, we will
tasser,
call it a semi tassar, because it
semi-tasser.
is semi tassar where there is a blend of cotton with that silk is there. So we won't call a cotton linen a linen, because there is a blend of cotton
Layer
with
of
that
cotton.
linen thread. So we definitely, I very strongly feel, because I personally feel very proud on this
Yes.
particular point, that we are selling our products as is and educating people that this is what it is, and we are not selling, जब हम तसर सेल करते हैं, we call it tasar, but when it is a desi tasar, we tell people why it is more expensive and why it is a desi tasar. And what
Wow.
is very specific about this fabric, when we are selling dupion or raw silk, we call it dupion and raw silk, we don't call it ghicha. Hija is
Okay.
different, dupion or raw silk is different. That's the, that's the uniqueness when we are, when we are selling noil silk. So like Vandana mentioned, noil silk is a very was a very new silk variant for both of us. So we did our own research, we understood what is noil silk, and
Okay.
then we took it up, to sell. And when we were talking to people, we could actually tell them what noil silk is, besides what the weavers told us. So we do our own back end research in terms of the silk monga. So kuch bhi dikha ke, when we both were we had gone to a exhibition where people from different states were there, and they were showing some fabric, and they were like, "This is monga. This is
Uh-huh.
from Gujarat." So I had to tell them that monga is originally from Assam, and बाकी states में जो है होता है, that is a different blend or different variant, just like we get tasar monga in Bhagalpur. So the monga we sell, we call it tasar monga. It's not a
Dasar Moga.
monga, pure monga, because monga is
Okay.
a very rare and very specific, silk limiting to Assam when it comes to a pure monga.
Wow.
So this is what we really strongly feel that our USP is, that we are not selling anything by the name of anything.
Anything.
We want to tell people that this is what it is, and this is why it is priced so, and that's where our
And that is
authenticity,
how the
our
pricing goes.
uniqueness. Yeah.
No, definitely. I think this transparency and this honesty is your USP. That is what, makes you stand apart from the rest of the people. Okay.
Yes.
So, but Shamba, yes, I have, recalling that I've seen you painting saris, hand
Right.
painting. So, can
Right.
you share a little about it?
So I must, I'm starting since beginning. So we started off like, getting few saris from the weavers because I wanted to try. I'm an artist. I've always painted on canvas or paper, depending on the whether I'm doing acrylic or watercolor. And then I thought, why not give it a try on a sari? And I did my first, and I did my second, and I was like, I was hooked to it. So that's where Vandana came up. Vandana was like, why don't you do it professionally? So it was more
Yes.
her suggesting me कि आप अपना ऐसा venture शुरू करो, and I was like, नहीं 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 नहीं,
So
ऐसे
I
नहीं
told
करेंगे, we
her
are doing it, we'll do it
कि
together.
एक एक कैनवास के प्राइस पे आपको एक साड़ी आ रहा है, तो आप इसको एक बार ट्राई करो. You replace your canvas with the sari
Right.
and just do it. And when she did her first sari, I, being a non-sari person, I fell in love with it in a
That's
minute.
right.
And I was like,
Uh-huh.
Shampa, ये तो मुझे चाहिए. So
Yeah,
this
plus,
is,
every saree is going to be different because it's hand painted. So you will have
Yes.
only one of a kind. And that is, again, it stands out. And I mean, if I want
Right.
to,
and
I want
and
nobody to be wearing a saree which
Shalini,
I am wearing.
our
I'm sure
saris
about
are
it.
not just any general hand painted ones. We have concept saris. So
Absolutely.
we do hours of brainstorming and discussions. I remember before starting Panachkala, me and Shampa used to start chatting or talking over phone around 10, and we used to, disconnect around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. We used to have such long chats
Long distance.
discussing the concepts, why to pick, how to pick, which colors will go with it, how should be the tassels, whether we should go for pom pom, whether we should have a dual color, which fabric should
Mm.
we pick. So it's not just any general hand painted, like people are just picking up fabric and painting 10 kind of flowers on it.
Yes.
So it's not
Yes.
like that. If you'll pick any sari from Panachkala, there is a story, there is a
Story
concept
goes.
behind each sari.
Absolutely.
No, and
So
being
we
a
have
textile
done.
designer,
Mhm.
yeah, because I'm also a textile designer. I did my textile designing, so I can
Right.
very well understand the concept of painting a sari because I have myself, because when I was learning it, I painted a sari, bed sheets, napkins, table napkins, towels, name it, and we were painting it. We were making those beautiful screens at times and doing it, or otherwise we were putting it on that, that ring and painting it. So, and the colors and how we have to blend it together, I totally can understand it because I have my textile designing. Actually, when you talked about it, I just remembered, oh, I'm a textile designer and I've done all this. So it was nice, so it
Awesome.
was very easy for me
Actually,
to
because
connect.
hand painting is there, but concept sarees, are something we wanted to bring forward, because that concept was yet not there. So
Hmm.
we have sarees on the concept of music. We have sari on the concept of motherhood and mother-child love. We have sari. I've
Wow.
done sari on the concept of
Profession.
professions exactly.
We
Wow.
painted
And
a sari for a psychologist, and
Mm-hmm.
she is a wellness healer and spiritual healer as well. So we had a discussion with her, and she is like very, very impressed. And after that, also, we got really good recommendations. And Shampa is a magician with her paintbrush. So for concepts,
Very
we
true.
discuss with our clients also, and some sort of brainstorming we do at our own end. And then Shampa create the drafts we share. And it's not just a day's task; it calls for a lot of effort in it,
Love it.
basically.
Yes. You know, whenever you're painting or you're in a creative field, it is not a minute job or it just doesn't come. There's a whole story behind it, and the whole story actually flows with the concept that you're doing. Because being an artist, I was painting a lot of, I was actually a good painter also, oil
wow.
painting, water painting, textile designing, but all that has been left a little behind. But connecting with you guys, all this is coming back into my mind that okay, I was an artist one point of a time, so I know how an artist's mind works and how creative it is. So you just answered my question that I was coming up with. What are people's reaction to your products? So you would just begin with that, that the lady was very impressed with your work. So, I mean, can you just quote a few more examples of how people react to it?
Should I take this or?
Yeah.
Okay, so we are getting a really good word of mouth because
Mm-hmm.
we don't have a physical store as of now. Neither we have any plans for the recent coming few months, or you can say 1, 2 years down the line. So this is basically whenever a sari is reaching to our client, the very first reaction is it is even more beautiful than what I saw online. The
Wow.
color, the texture, there is a natural sheen in the sari. Touch and feel is so good. And the same day we get recommendations, the same day we receive orders from their family and friends. So this is
Wow.
how natural, you get organic growth, and there is no artificialness in it. There is 100% seller satisfaction. There is 100% customer satisfaction. When we were having our exhibitions around the festive season, so people used to come and say, आप इतना सस्ता सेल कर रहे हो लिलन का साड़ी. I bought it for 5,000. So we used to educate them again. This is cotton linen. And they used to say, nahi, hum to, one auntie came, I remember it was at Tata Pramanti. She said, मैं बिहार से हूँ और इसको हम लिलन बोलते हैं. I
Mm.
looked at Champa, but all due respect, हमने उनसे argue नहीं किया. Maybe वो उसको लिलन ही बोलते हो.
Mm.
But I was trying to make that auntie understand कि आंटी इसमें cotton blended है. लिलन का टेक्सचर अलग होता है और वो महंगा भी होता है. वो इतने में नहीं आता. तो she said नहीं, यही साड़ी को इतने में 4,000 5,000 में बेचते हैं जो आप 1,750 में दे रहे हो. So it
Wow.
was a compliment for us कि we were selling at a
Exactly.
dust price at par with the quality for which they are paying 5 times the amount which we are quoting them, or at least 4 times the amount. And still they are very happily
Happy with it.
connecting with us, telling us कि आपका प्रोडक्ट का क्वालिटी बहुत अच्छा है, पैसे बहुत कम हैं. And there were few people जिनका हमने mindset change किया. There was another lady when we were having our first exhibition at the retreat. So the lady came and she said कि मैंने एक ये कुछ नेशनल हैंडलूम एक्सपो था, वहां से जूट सिल्क लिया था, बहुत ही गंदा होता है.
Mm-hmm.
And you just mentioned about desire, Shalini. That is jute silk.
Mm.
आपको कहीं से हार्ड लगा? How soft, how wearable, how breathable that fabric is.
In
And the
fact, I was
technical
coming to
name
that only Vandana. When you said,
is
when Shappa had showed me the picture before the shoot, she sent me the picture. It was beautiful.
yeah,
But when she showed me the sari, I told her this is much beautiful than the picture that was there.
exactly. This
Because
is
the
the
feel
reaction
of the
which we get.
fabric, yes, yes.
Yeah, so people they conceptualize jute silk मतलब कुछ तो बहुत rough होगा,
रफ
कुछ
होगा.
बहुत नॉन वेरेबल टाइप होगा, नॉन ब्रीथेबल
Hmm.
होगा, बट नो, all the pure handloom fabric, if they are not mixed, which we vouch
Mhm.
for, which Champa rightly mentioned, we feel pride in saying this thing, that we take the ownership that we have 100% authentic product, and we
Mhm.
vouch for it. So when you have 100% pure product, the quality speaks in itself, and the
Absolutely.
customers will surely come back to you. That's what we are having, not only the references, but we are having returning customers as well. So that's a win-win for us, and we're very happy that way.
Absolutely. Beautiful. So, do you, as you said, yes, you ship it pan India because you say that you have clients, outside across the country also. But yes, so would you just like to share the price range so that the viewers are more clear about what is the price range that you guys are having with you?
So, for saris, the price starts from 1750, which is the cotton linen, and
Mm-hmm.
goes up to around 10,000, depending on the variant and its work, and the detailing, and how
Yeah.
much labor had it required and stuff. And For suits, the starting range is at 2,500 and onwards. Not suits, it is
Okay.
dress material, suit pieces that we are doing.
Okay.
And
Pieces that you have.
while our focus is saris, but yes, now we are doing dress materials, even dupattas. Dupattas, we are doing even the jute silk, baswara silk dupattas, or the silk ones, even the linen silk dupattas we are doing. So those are very differently priced. The starting is from 700, 800 on, and the onwards goes depending on what variant and what kind of work it
Yeah.
has. So the range is huge, because we have all sort of products for different kind of needs, because we not always would want to go for fancy places, and not want to go
Mhm.
for fancy
Yes.
saris, or suits, or dupattas and scarves, etc. At the same time, those fancy stuff are also required. So depending on one's
Yes.
requirement, budget, and everything, we have pretty much something for everyone, like Vandana
Everyone.
mentioned.
And a
So
special
now the
mention to
price.
our,
Yeah.
sorry, and a special mention to our, weather specific
Right.
silk scarf range. So these are gorgeous, 100% silk scarves,
Yes.
12-gram Belgium silk. So such scarf starts from 1200, and shipping is additional for every product. So
Okay.
depending upon the actual weight, so shipping is there.
Beautiful. So now that we talked about the products, the price range, can you just showcase some of your products? Can we see them?
Sure. I'll show you
Yes.
the saris while
Excited to see
Vandana
all
will
of
tell
them.
you about the sari.
Yes.
So we'll start off with the hand painted sari. We spoke a lot about hand painting.
Yes,
Yes.
here comes the melody.
Wow.
So this is
Beautiful color,
basically,
very
yeah,
vibrant.
it's a
Yeah, so
musical
it's
concept sari.
Okay.
we have used these kind of tussling on this,
Yes. It gives an
and
edge to the sari.
yes, I don't know how much I would be able to show you. So we have
Okay.
done these
Music
with
notes on it.
one second.
No worries.
I'm holding it the reverse way. So these are the.
It's
Is it
you're
visible?
not able to see Champa. Um, you have to reverse the sari and show.
Oh, oh,
You
okay.
will have to open it up. Yes.
Yeah, I think I was not realizing that there was another. Yeah.
Yes. Now we can see this. So there are
So, and
music notes on the sari.
we have an instrument. We have a
Oh.
saxophone there.
Oh,
So the
saxophone with the
musical,
notes coming out.
yes. So we have this. It's on the pallu and enhanced by
Okay.
the triangle tassels, which are not with any regular fabric. It's made up of
Mhm.
premium cotton ikat. and we
Acha.
have a very chic looking ikat belt with it, and we
Wow.
have the similar we have a similar
Okay.
ikat mat, and this sari comes with two blouses. One is the
Okay.
regular blouse with the same sari color, which is in cotton linen.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is the
Acha.
premium cotton ikat blouse. So
Okay.
this was a sari which was not only conceptualized on the basis of painting, but yes, conceptualized on the basis of designing also. You can wear the sari normally. You can wear the sari with a belt to give it a different Indo-Western look also. So this was the concept behind, so that you can, wear the sari at different occasion with a different look and feel.
I want it. And I love to wear saris with belt. So definitely, Shampa, I want one of your hand painted sari for sure, with a nice belt
Definitely.
and a mask and everything.
Definitely. Anytime.
Absolutely.
Would
We
love to
have
do
done a
some.
sari. Shampa has done an uluka sari with owls, gorgeous owls with a baju band
Okay.
also. That.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
and you
That's so
can
So
nice.
carry off really well.
these are, in the beginning, we created few concepts from our side because
Okay.
when you have some concepts ready, then your clients can understand what you are capable of doing and what range
Absolutely.
can be of, because fabric hand painted bazuband you will not find anywhere.
Mm.
So that is something very unique to us, and we thought, why not have a, create something on those lines. So yes, we
Wow.
do have these kind of very unique sari. So we call it a complete package, and not just a hand painted sari, but we are doing a complete style statement for our clients.
Wow.
Okay,
Beautiful.
so this is a linen banarsi. uh,
Okay.
Here is
Beautiful. Yes. It's
the border.
amazing.
So this is
And
again, this is in linen silk basically. So the
Acha.
fabric is linen silk.
Okay.
It's a very, very wearable, very breathable fabric,
Mm.
because whenever linen word comes to mind, we think that it's heavy, it's thick,
Yes.
it's not that wearable, not breathable, but
Mhm.
it's absolutely gorgeous. And we intentionally picked the zari antique. It is neither
Okay.
gold nor
It's
silver.
not very flashy. Yes.
Yeah. So it can we have variants in this, not only in colors, but yes, we have, this is the one which borders and pallu. We
Mm-hmm.
have few with booties in it. If those who
Okay.
wanted to have a bit more festive, a bit more gaudy, or more, heavier look, they can opt for the other variant also. And the price is also not very different. There is a very very less margin of
So
difference.
how much will you price this for?
And these saris are starting from 5,500, goes up to 6,600.
Okay.
this is
Depending
the
on the
blouse
work done.
piece. Again,
Okay.
pura complete zari work done on the blouse piece as well.
Wow. Beautiful. Very pretty.
And we select our colors also very cautiously.
I know, and it's a very vibrant color. So something which is which sends out a lot of positivity, a lot of
Yeah.
brightness
Yes.
around.
So
Okay.
we were talking about Tasar Monga.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think a beautiful combination. And
Yes.
feathers,
So
I remember
Copper
I had
zari.
in my textile designing, I had made different types of feathers. So, it looks so beautiful when it's done on a fabric. It's amazing.
I'll just highlight this thing, that this particular thing, this is having a leaf, and this is jacquard weaving design. So this is
Okay.
basically done with zari. This is weaved. So
Okay.
uh, these are very rarely found pieces, and one of its own kind. So we call these saris limited edition, because we cannot get another piece of the same sort. So we just have
Okay.
one piece of such saris. So this
Okay.
whole thing, the border is pure zari, the leaves
Mm-hmm.
are pure zari, and they call it jacquard design. This is the
Okay.
technical term for it.
And this
Beautiful.
border. while it is zari, yet it is woven with the silk, so you will not find it,
Harsh
hard
on
or
your skin. Yes,
itchy,
it
Hard,
is
harsh
yes.
on
very
your
soft.
skin. So it's so, I mean,
Because
this
otherwise
sari
it gets a
is,
little, yeah, stiff.
it's
Yes,
so soft and wearable and so good on kind. I mean, when you drape it, you feel like you are not wearing a silk at all. I mean, this cannot be silk. Silk is always something you get sweaty wearing, but this is so good, beautiful on your skin and breathable, like she mentioned.
Champa, can
yes.
you turn around the sari and show the leaves, the zari, so that it can be seen by the weavers that it's, hand woven.
It is hand woven. Yes, right. Very pretty, and the color combination is amazing.
Yeah, so we intentionally picked such colors which are, wearable at various occasions, very
Yes,
classy colors.
and very universal colors.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I've got one linen, pure linen.
Okay.
So this is
Is
the
this something?
pallu with
Mm-hmm.
this tasseling. We have
Mm-hmm.
this nice,
So
these
this is a
tassels.
braid concept tassels basically. So the long
Mm-hmm.
strings are not just regular strings; these are, twisted and
They're
turned,
braided. Yes.
and then yeah. So and it's a gorgeous sari. Shampa will open and show.
So we have named it Sangeet,
Sangeet.
Wow.
and I need
This
to
is
show it from distance, otherwise you will not understand.
Yes.
So we have
so
Mridangam and Tanpura
Yes.
weaved
Yeah.
all over this sari.
Wow.
so this is again weaving. So this thing is done in weaving itself. So this is not a print or a paint.
Mm-hmm.
This is proper
This
weaving.
is
You
the
can
reverse
see that.
side. So
Yes. Okay. Beautiful. It's just amazing. Yes.
These are some really very unique saris, and these we intentionally pick on a different thread count level. We have some,
Mm-hmm.
you know, uh, more heavier lilins as well, because there are some
Mm-hmm.
people those who want the regular ones. These are the
Mm-hmm.
ones which are very very regular and very
Okay.
wearable.
Okay. Beautiful.
So, like we mentioned, we do dupattas as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
this is a linen silk dupatta.
Okay.
This is also
We have
having
other
a
colors in this as well.
weaving design.
Yes. Right.
So nothing
We
is
have
in printing. Nothing comes in printing and
Nothing is
handloom.
printed. Yes. Everything is woven, right from the
Yes,
patterns to the fabric as the count thread. Yes.
absolutely.
so this is
Beautiful.
the reverse side, as you can see.
So they
Right.
hand cut each and every. So when you wore that desire, also the design, the weave style which is there. So they wove it and then they cut it manually to
Cut
give
it.
the
Yes.
different shapes, patterns, and textures.
Yes.
So it costed
And
a lot of
that they cut
labor.
the thread when they weave it because that is how they finish the sari.
Right.
Yes. Absolutely. Are
This
you showing
is,
anything more, Shampa?
yeah, this is the suit,
Okay. The
uh,
fabric.
material,
These are,
fabric.
these are
Ah,
khadi silk suits. So
okay.
the top is in Gicha style. So it is Gicha style because the touch, look and feel is Gicha, but the fabric is khadi silk only.
Okay. Beautiful. I think it's a very soothing combination.
And
Have
like you
lot of colors.
just saw that she did not call it a gicha, you will find it the same stuff in the market by the name gicha only.
Yeah,
But
they sell it
we
by
Yes.
the
don't
name of
call it
silk
gicha,
only.
we call it gicha style because the style is the same, but the
Hmm.
product is not really
Is
a
not
gicha
this.
silk or
Wow.
anything on those lines. It's a different.
Beautiful.
This is the
Very
bottom.
nice. Mm-hmm.
We have different colors in this.
Okay.
And the speciality of our dress materials are that our bottom is 2.5 meters, top is 2.5 meter, and dupatta is 2.5 meter. So you don't need to add extra fabric if you are on the heavier side. Sometimes
Okay.
people like my mother, they face this challenge that they need to add another fabric to do their suits and all. So the fabric itself is
Is
sufficient to get it
enough
done.
to, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And last one would be, one second. Yeah, the scarves we all are wearing.
Very. Yes, this is the aqua.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we
Beautiful.
have
so
a lot
these
of
are,
patterns and colors in these.
And the patterns are so beautiful because when I opened my scarf, I could not see it before. But when I opened it, it is like, very abstract and very nicely done up, the,
Yeah.
colors blended together.
right.
So it was like, something. I mean, and when I wore it, the whole outfit got a different definition. So, I mean,
So
I
basically,
used to be
Dye
wearing
in
my
itself
scarves
is.
before,
Mhm.
then I stopped in between. But today, when I wore it, I said, I must wear more scarves like this.
You should rather,
You
seriously.
must. You're looking very pretty. So
Yeah.
these are,
Thank you.
tie and dye in itself is very chic and very,
Yes.
in thing. And when it comes to
And
scarves, they
you
look
never know
really
what the
awesome.
patterns are going to come because the patterns are, you are not sure. But when you open it, it's like every pattern is different. You
It's
cannot
a
have the
pleasant
same pattern
surprise.
again.
Yeah, it's a pleasant
Yes.
surprise at each time.
Yes. It's a
So
beautiful,
yes,
beautiful shade of scarf. So,
Thank
guys, this
you.
was beautiful. I mean, like, see, I fell in love with each, piece that you were showing, and I was really wanting to have. Okay, I want this also, this also, this also. So, I guess when I
Thank
see
yes.
the whole collection, I might not know how to pick it up, but it's beautiful, amazing. So, what do you have the
Thank you.
plans for 22 now? Now that 21 is on an end, the 2022 is. What are your future plans?
Vandana,
So
you want to?
in the you know fingers crossed, we are wishing and willing to launch our website by the mid
Wow.
of 2022. First thing,
Hmm.
we have some trips planned to get some more weavers on board and get some more different weaves. So our tickets are booked. So we will be uh, departing soon for the locations, and we'll bring more spark, more colors, more stuff on Panache Kala. And this is the insight from my side. I'll request Shampa to add something.
Yes, pretty much. Exploring new states with their own weaves, reaching out to more genuine weavers at one hand. On the other hand, exploring at our end in terms of styling and the products we already have, how unique in terms of their design and variation we can bring them, in a very unique way. That's what we are planning, we are working on already. And yes, hopefully you'll see more interesting stuff, more interesting styling, ideas, and most importantly, some amazing quality stuff from our very own humble handlooms on Panashkala.
Beautiful. I think that's such a beautiful thought and such a beautiful way to start 2022 when, we are all going through so much of turmoil. But yes, giving this rays of happiness, hope, and positivity to the people who actually don't know how to stand back on their feet. I think you guys are a messiah to them. So it's so beautiful. And I'm glad that, we have collaborated because this is where, I feel the energy of each other is shared with all of us. We create, such a positive mindset between three of us. And I think that's just beautiful. And I actually salute to the work that you guys are doing. It's
Thank you
totally,
so much,
totally good.
Shalini.
And I will just say one thing at the end is whatever is handmade is something out of the world. Machine just replicates things which is there everywhere and anywhere. But yes, if you want to stand out, you want to be unique, just connect to the nature, the natural products, and to the people who are creating beautiful fabrics.
Anything which
So at
is
the
made
end,
out of hand, a bit of heart is added to that always, I must say.
totally,
Absolutely. I
totally.
agree to both of you on those lines. And me both, me and Shampa, we are so glad that we collaborated with Lucido and you. And you are already doing such genuine things, and you are doing such versatile stuff, from global fighters to Panache Kala to Vicky and a lot more. Today we opened the Pandora box and we came to know that you are multi-talented. You are an artist, you are a textile designer and whatnot. So we will be taking your help and guidance on those lines
Definitely.
as well. And we are so happy, and it's a pleasure to collaborate with Lucido and with you, Shalini. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you,
And
Shalini.
thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
for having us over. And definitely, the collaboration is a pleasure to both of us. It's wonderful working and, having some unique concepts around both the different kind of products. One from the handlooms, the other from your own, Lucido skin and hair care. So just look forward to this collaboration
Definitely.
going
And
stronger.
so much more is going to be there because when, creative people connect, you never know, sky's the limit. So we are going to be, we don't even know, we might come up with so many different things in 22 and ahead, because definitely when we are working together, we will create more magic. So till then,
Absolutely.
viewers, it was Shampa and Vandana. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure having. And viewers, I'm sure you must have been. You've got so much of knowledge about fabrics, and it's definitely we will come back with more shows from our end. So till then, stay tuned and stay safe. Bye bye and take
Merry
care.
Christmas to
Bye bye.
everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Bye bye.
Yeah. Happy New Year.